In this video I want to now work on the pickups, and I'm going to start with a pickup for the knife. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just dock this game tab, and that way we've got more screen space now. And I just want to find the knife from the survival kit light. Okay, and we already have our prefab, so let's just drag that into the scene. Now at the moment it's probably a bit too big, so let's just reduce the size on this a little bit to about 0.6 on X, Y and Z. Okay, I think that's a bit better, and obviously we don't want it just to be stood upright, so let's just rotate it. Now we can rotate on the blue axis, which is changing the rotation on the Z, and let's just make that 90 so that it's perfectly straight. Okay, great. Now just ensure that it is above the ground, and in fact I'm just going to rotate it slightly, so there we go, just so that it's on the ground like that. Now at the moment in the scene view, if I'm looking at it from a distance, that's probably going to be hard to spot, so if I just click off it, kind of see it, but it's probably going to go unnoticed. So what I want to do with this in this video is actually just make it glow a little bit. So I'm going to add a bit of an animation to it so that it stands out and people realize that they can actually pick up this weapon. So at the moment the knife is coming at the top of the list, so let's just copy that. So Control and C to copy. Let's come all the way down to the bottom and onto my assets, Control and V to paste. Alright, so it appears at the bottom. Get rid of this knife, just delete it, and I am going to create a new subfolder called pickups. So let's go to game object, create empty, let's rename this as pickups. Okay, there we go, and we'll just put knife in there and just rename this from knife 1 to knife pickup. And the entire pickups I'm just going to drag into my assets, so it keeps it, did that work? Yeah, it did. Okay, keeps it nice and organized. Okay, so pickups is right there, right at the bottom of my assets. Okay, so knife pickup is in place. So let's now work on this animation to get it, to stand out a little bit more. So if we click back on knife in the project window and go to materials, we can see that the material for the knife is right here. So what I'm going to do, clicking on this, we can right click and can we duplicate from here? No, I think you have to go through the edit and duplicate from there, or press Ctrl+D to create a duplicate, and obviously that's called knife mat 1. You can rename it if you want, but I'm happy just to have that one. So I'm going to click knife pickup, and where it shows me the materials, size 1, knife mat, I'm going to drag knife mat 1 into there, because I'm going to be making some changes to this material. I don't want it to affect the knife that either the main player or the enemies is carrying. Okay, so now I want to click on game object, and I'm going to create another empty game object, and I will call this one pickup animator, or animations rather, pickup animations I think. So on this one we are going to add a timeline animator, so I'm going to go to window, sequencing and timeline, just drag that down to the bottom and ensure that we have pickup animation selected. We are now going to create an animator. Let's put it into assets. Where should we put it? I'll put it inside of my scripts, something like that. So pickup animations timeline is fine. Let's just click save. So now we're going to right click and delete that one. We're going to add a new animation track, and what we want to animate is the knife pickup. Yep, we're going to create an animator on the knife pickup. Great. So now we can press record and choose Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Okay, so is that not allowing us to animate? Getting some null reference exceptions. Okay, so what I'm going to do here on the knife pickup is I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose unpack prefab completely. Okay, that changes it from a prefab to an instance. Now I can go back to my pickup animations and just drag that knife pickup back in there again. Now if you do have any issues getting this to work, obviously just close Unity and restart it. Everything should be fine. So we're going to click record as long as we have the knife pickup selected, and then click on the knife pickup and you have access to all of its features. Okay, first of all I'm going to click this little cog and just change from frames to seconds. Okay, so we can see that this is 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, etc. So I just want it to kind of like change its colors over 3 seconds. So I'm going to go to 1.5 seconds. I'm going to find where it has the emission, it's already checked, and the color HDR. If I click on this I can see that it's already black. Well, I want it to kind of glow almost like a yellowish color. So I want it to glow like this. Now notice how that has now set a keyframe. Okay, so I want it to kind of like become that color after a while. And in fact, I might actually click +1 there so that it really starts to glow. And now I can go back to 0, click back on the HDR again and go all the way back down to black, and then go to 3 and repeat that process, so all the way back down to black again. So if I stop recording now and press play, we'll see that it will glow and then go back to black again, and obviously that's going to be on a constant loop. So right click on this and choose convert to clip track, and we can see that we have our clip. Just click on this recorded and ensure where it says post extrapolate, instead of hold we're going to say loop. We want that to constantly loop as long as this knife is in the game, and we need to click on where is it, pickup animations, and just ensure that the wrap mode for this, instead of it being none, let's put it on loop. Okay, so that now when we press play it should continuously loop. Okay, like that. Now it may very well be that that's too slow. Okay, you might actually want it to do that a lot quicker. If that's the case, we're just going to click on this actual recorded and you've got a speed multiplier. So if you wanted that to be, let's say, a lot quicker, we could press 2 and now it's half the speed. So now when we press play, okay, so now it's really kind of glowing, as to suggest this is something that you can now pick up in the game. And when I zoom out of this, let's say I'm all the way up here, that kind of catches my eye a lot more than if it was just on the ground. Okay, but I'm quite happy just to leave this at 1, so I want it to slowly animate. There we go, so it's suggesting, you know, hey, you should pay attention to this. This is something to pick up. Alright, so what I want you to do now is I want you to do the same for all of the other pickups. So we've got knife, but I want you to put in an axe, a baseball bat and a gun. Just remember on each of those, so let's find the axe. On each of those, when we go into material, it's the one with the blood, just remember to duplicate that material. Okay, if you change the original material, there's always a chance that you may affect the weapons that your player is carrying. Okay, so that's what I want you to do, and to add that to this timeline track, every time you want to add a new one, just press animation, okay, and just drag the object, which should be parented to the pickups, into there and just animate them in the same way. Okay, if you're not sure how to do that, I will cover that in the next video.